Hi everybody, welcome back. I know it's been a very long while since I've actually shot a video about stuff on this channel with, my opinions and stuff. Well, I now have more opinions on something that I want to share. It's more along the lines of the debt collection stuff, so, if you're looking for that, here's some more. Recently, like in the past 3 weeks, I had a guy friend, get multiple calls from a debt collector on the same day, and he never told me what the collection agency's name was, or believe me, I would be naming it here, and I'd be suggesting to him the next time, to do like what that lady did from West Virginia that sued some collection agency and won. Next time, get them on a phone where you can record it, and just let them keep talking and talking and talking and talking and record it, and then go after him for it. What happened is he told me that he got up, this was Monday through Friday, because he has a Monday through Friday job, and he was up, he was getting dressed, whatever, and they called. Well, he actually talked to them on the phone and said, hey, look, I can't really talk right now, this is not a good time, can I call you? I need to call you back later once, I take care of my stuff and, I'm able to actually talk to you and I don't have to be somewhere. And they're like, okay, whatever. And they hung up. Well, turns out I talked to his wife later on. These same people, after having talked to him that morning, this was we're talking up with the chickens at 8 o'clock in the morning, which is, when they're allowed to call. Well, they called back at 1 p.m., then again at well, it wasn't 1 p.m., it was approximately 1 p.m. It was 1 something, it was 1:02 p.m. And then they, according to them, or something in that neighborhood, it was a little after 1, 1:02 or something like that, or 1:05 in the afternoon. And then they said they called back. The same people called back at 3:05 or 3:10 and talked to this guy's wife. Well, see, she didn't know, and she told me she found this out later when we were eating dinner that same day, that, had she known that they'd already talked to her husband that afternoon, or that morning, she would have read them the riot act and told them what to do and where to go and what to do with themselves when they got there, and it would have been something painful. Well, she gave them his phone number to reach him at because he wasn't obviously home. Well, they started pestering him on the phone, on his, where they could reach him at. It's a cell phone. They ended up calling 3 more times on the cell phone. Well, they called the 6th time on a cell phone, and he, wasn't in the middle of eating. He read them the riot act. I mean, he told them, hey, look, you've, called, 6 times total, counting this time. You violated FDCPA. You've already talked to me once this morning. Quit calling. And as soon as he said that, they hung up just like that. That's what he said. And we were sitting there, me, him, and his wife were sitting there eating. And I felt really bad for him because I'm like, that's kind of embarrassing to have them harassing you at, supper. And they already talked to you that morning. There's something wrong with that. Then, the wife had something happen where it was they were looking for her to talk to her about something she owed on. Not a different thing, different collector. And this was, a couple weeks ago too. Well, she told them, okay, look, you're going to have to talk to my husband because I don't have any of the financial information here. He's got it. You're going to have to talk to him. Okay, in my definition and her definition, that was giving them permission to talk to him. It's why would I be telling you to do something if I wasn't giving you permission to do it? Yeah, I looked at her and I said, well, duh, because they're like, well, can't we talk to him? And she was like, what did I just say to you? She said, look, in the state of Kentucky, you're allowed to talk to the debtor's husband or spouse. Do you, not know that or something? She said, well, the wife told me, they were like, well, we wanted to clarify it with you. Well, if I didn't want you to talk to him, I wouldn't have told you to call him, okay? Duh. And, you know, she said she was in the middle of something and couldn't talk to them. And she flat out told them that and then disconnected the call. And, you know, I haven't heard of what else happened. But I thought that was so obtuse. So the debt collector's like, you know, if I didn't want you to talk to him, do you think I would have said, talk to him? That was her opinion. That's what she said to me, and I agreed with her. That's my opinion. You know, I mean, really. You know, if we didn't want, you know, if somebody didn't want you to talk to their spouse about it, and they're in a state that, you know, you're allowed to talk to, you know, the person's spouse about it, then, you know, what is your problem? Is my question. I mean, anyway, I mean, I just, as far as that one debt collector, you know, calling a whole bunch of times, I just think that is really, really, really asinine on their part. As far as the other one going, you know, well, can we talk to him? No, I just told you to do that just for shits and giggles. You know, I mean, if that was me, that's what I would do. I just say, no, I just told you that for the hell of it. You know, of course you're allowed to talk to him. Duh. Excuse me. But anyway, I just wanted to say that just because, you know, talk about that. I mean, because really, you know, if, you know, and I mean this, if, you know, like, you know, you talk to a debt collector and they pull that, you know, call 6-7 times, you know, I do strongly recommend, you know, recording the conversations because, like I mentioned briefly earlier, there's a West Virginia mom, and, you know, that she actually won, like, this big, huge settlement from, you know, a company, which, of course, you know, she doesn't expect to see a dime of it. Not one red cent of it from these people, you know, because she, you know, doesn't owe any money to anybody. You know, she's paid all her bills on time. She, you know, actually, you know, they had mistaken identity. She actually sued them and won. It was in the news, like, recently. And I mean, it's, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, like, you know, calling a whole bunch of times and then acting too obtuse to understand that, you know, if somebody's telling you, you know, you need to contact so-and-so, that's given permission, pretty much. I mean, there's some people that are just so dense that they have to have it spelled out for them, you know. And, you know, the other thing is, I think it's great what that woman did from West Virginia, you know, really. I mean, if it was me in her shoes, I would record every last blessed word they say. I mean, because there's, like, if you search here on even YouTube, you know, there's one from, like, a segment from, like, I think some CBS news thing where it's like, it shows, like, an audio tape of, like, what some of these debt collectors say, like, you know, baking it, like, you have my bacon and eggs ready for me, you know, like, threatening and stuff, like, you know, like, some of these debt collectors are just, like, just awful, you know. I mean, you have to find yourself thinking, you know, what is wrong with these people? You know, well, anyway, I'm going to pause here and think of some other stuff to talk about. Well, hope you all have a good day.